Hey, what's going on? It's March 7th. I'm at work kind of late. It's after 8 o'clock. Sticking around here. I got a few things to get done before tomorrow morning. Got some phone calls in the morning I got to take care of with clients, and so I got to get these things done tonight so that I'm not caught off the ball tomorrow. I'd like to be ahead of it if I can. So I guess I just wanted to talk about a few things. Uh, gosh, like why am I at work, right? Like it's after 8 o'clock. I've been working most of the day, but I'm still working. That's like a 12-hour day already. I got a little bit to go here, and work is hugely important. Just keeping at it. If I'm going to be successful as an entrepreneur, one of these days, then I got to keep at it. Like, I guess one of the things I want to talk about, and kind of explain to my clients is that, and just anybody listening, I had a wine shop and I failed. I failed at it. And failure is tough. It's a tough thing to learn. It's a good thing to learn. People should not be afraid of failure. As you know, like most brilliant entrepreneurs fail 3, 4, 5, 6 times before they get the right formula. Being in real estate is totally, completely different from running a retail store. So I guess I just kind of wanted to talk about, working so hard because, after failing, I really was like, screw this entrepreneurial stuff. Like, this is just like, maybe I'm just not cut out for it. Maybe I don't got it. But, I do have the entrepreneur in me. And for as long as I tried to like stay away from being whole hog entrepreneurial, it's just really difficult for people like me because, I like to make my own schedule. And I feel reborn. I feel reborn now after that, pretty big failure. I mean, I've been in real estate for almost 5 years now. I've had a couple of really good years, and can't complain about that. I'm kind of freshly getting back in the game for the past 6 months, and it's a lot with starting this thing up and getting the ball rolling. And a lot of people don't understand that. So I just want to kind of explain to you like what. Right now I want to explain to you what's important about why I'm different, why I'm unique from so many other realtors out there, which seem to be a dime a dozen, especially in a relatively good economy like we are now. I really can't stress enough like how important it is for me to help the client. I mean, obviously that's our whole goal as real estate agents to help the client with fiduciary duty to them, to make sure that everything we do is in their best interest. My interests, however important to me, always come second. I have to always come second. I can't let my personal interests get in the way of, the interests of, my clients. So, that being said, what's unique about me, what's different about me, I've got a lot of original marketing ideas, which is why I was in retail in the first place, and a lot of things that I come up with uniquely specific to my clients' needs and my clients' wants, things that I think will help them. Sorry, pretty sure I got a little dinner in there. Things that will help them and make their dreams come true as quickly and smoothly as possible, with maximum value coming, in their direction. And of course, if I do all that, I'm going to do very well. I have done very well in the past because I've focused on those things. Just now I have a lot more time to invest in that. So I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest heavily and make sure that, every client that I work with knows how dedicated I am to them. Does that mean that I probably won't be able to take on all the clients in the world? Yes, it does. I mean, a lot of real estate agents take on a bazillion clients seemingly. It seems like they just have like an endless, list of listings and buyers. And, these people go to them because their name is well known, and that's great. Good for them. I'm glad they're doing well. But, I mean, in my personal opinion, do I think that these realtors are giving their clients everything they've got in absolutely their best interest? Probably not. I know for a fact that when I'm helping two or three clients in any given week, that I'm pretty busy. I'm not maxed out, and certainly by no means maxed out. I certainly have hours left in the day where I can do stuff and get stuff done for my clients. But when I'm totally focused, I certainly can't have, 10 or 15 clients at any given time, not without the infrastructure and the team. It's just me. It's just me. So I've got to make sure that, I've got Long and Foster backing me up, and they do a lot of great things for me. But I got to make sure that, I give each one of my clients the time that they deserve. So, my personal marketing is going to come into effect with that. I'm always going to be working from industry best practices. Whether you're talking about photographic services, marketing services, I'm going to start there as the base. My base is going to be every industry best practice that you can think of. And I'm going to go from there. I'm going to go beyond that. So I'm going to take the extra steps of my clients, the personal steps, whether it's, having meetings with people in the area, whether it is sending, personal postcards to, people who I think might be interested in either, buying or selling a home in this particular client's aspect. Because obviously I'm gonna do research for everybody. You gotta get the nitty gritty. The research on who is going to be the demographic buyer of a specific property is super important. And if you haven't done that, then you haven't done what's in your client's best interest. So I'm gonna make sure that I do that, and I do that for each one of my clients. What I think is unique about my marketing services is that just the idea of like transparency for my clients to know, like, okay, I'm getting paid a certain amount of money, and these are your dollars coming my direction, and I should be using some of those dollars to market your property with. Obviously, that's why you're paying me. So I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to use transparency in terms of telling people, like, listen, this is where I spend money. This is why I think it's effective. I'm going to tell them up front why I'm going to spend that money on certain things, and then I'm going to spend it, and then I'm going to tell them, here are the results. I should be able to show them results at the end of that. It should be simple. I came up with this great marketing plan. I spent the money. Here are the results. And not only on top of that, but transparency should be involved in terms of every realtor says, I'm going to give you an update once a week. But most of those updates are, okay, you got a listing. And my client says, how many buyers do we have come? You had 2 buyers. You had 2 potential buyers show up who wanted to buy the house this week, or who were talking about buying the house this week. They didn't buy it. That's the report. That's not enough. That's not enough. That's not doing everything you can in the client's best interest. So the transparency and all that for me is just huge. Is the impact of letting the client know everything I did. That puts everything that I'm offering them on the table. There's no, oh, well, I was going to do this, and I did do this, but I just forgot to tell you. It's all there. I said I was going to do it. I did it. I told you I did it. Done. So, also, being focused on these people's properties is great. And you have a tendency to, I guess, put more effort into certain projects than others. And in my case, like, I want to make sure that I'm fair to everybody. Obviously, there's going to be certain chunks of times that are designated to one client or another when, bigger things are happening. If I'm holding an open house on a Saturday or Sunday, clearly one client is going to get the majority of my time, during the most important part of those hours of the day. That doesn't mean that I won't be available for that client. Obviously, I'm still be available. If I need to take a phone call or call somebody back, I'm going to make that happen for them as soon as I can. But there will be, some times when things are lopsided. But for me to focus on, making sure that everybody gets a fair shake is hugely important to what I do. So, and then last thing I kind of wanted to talk about was, fit. There's a ton of real estate agents out there, and almost everybody is buying or selling a home these days. At least in the Fredericksburg, Stafford area, this market up to Alexandria, tons of people are buying and selling. So, and unfortunately, there's enough agents to cover everybody by far. There's a ton of agents. And, one of the things I realized a long time ago is that I'm not a good fit for everybody. That I may not be able to do what these people expect an agent to do in terms of their expectations. And, I'm just going to be as open and as honest with myself, when I don't think I can meet a person's expectations, when I think that our chemistry is not working, if they're not listening to me and I can't get through to them on what I need them to understand, then I need to, let my clients know right away that this relationship is not going to happen. I've got lots of other good real estate agents that I work with, at Long and Foster and other places that I would certainly love to recommend them to, when I can't match that up. So, not everyone is a right fit for me, and I'm not a right fit for everyone. So, that's kind of what I want to talk about tonight. Entrepreneurship, running your own business. This is an uber small business, but it's a great business to be in. I love it. I love what I do. I love being part of the world and just, being probably a huge part of people's daily lives. If I don't come out of doing all these things that I just said, and if I'm not actually living up to those standards, then maybe I need to rethink what I do. But those are the standards that I strive, that I set to live up to, and I do. I put the work in, I get it done. So, entrepreneurship, that's what it's all about.